This recent match between the Toronto Defiant and Boston Uprising might hold the record for the longest fight on a control map before any team has captured the point in Overwatch League history. Let's see what happened. Alright, brace yourselves, guys. Let's rewatch this chaotic fight from the original broadcast to get the context in case you missed the game.
Sides while Logix goes ham on the Tracer. And if I can possibly get an opportunity to witness the messiah of tracking, Logix himself, I love to see it. This guy's Tracer is unbelievably good at times.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Logix. I want to see some of that. Boston Uprising going for a bit more of a stable composition, playing around this Orisa shield. You can see them setting up now in the cover. Just trying to rotate around when the speed boost comes off cooldown, and finally the TP comes in from Jerry into the backline. He's going to be hunting for opportunities to try and get a kill too, but Toronto are trying to not give them anything, and it's Logix who's the first one to draw blood. Collects the kill onto Fusions, will meet his maker in the end though. This is going to be the trade out. Jerry puts an end to him. Toronto, they have a bit of capture point, but they haven't unlocked the point just yet. Boston going to be working, wiggling their way around this point, hunting for opportunities to see if they can get a kill or two. Beast ready and waiting. He's going to be sending himself in with a wrecking ball, grappling hook. The boops are not quite enough here, but it's going to be equal trades once more. As you see, Logix again sneaking around the back line, hunting for an opportunity to see if he can get a one clip or two. He's putting in the damage into Jerry, misses the post bomb, but gets the beat down, and that will secure the kill for them. Still, Josh, anyone's game.
It really is. Logix is going absolutely ham at the moment, picking up kills left, right, and center. But Surefire on the Soldier 76 didn't really have the best of times. This rush composition from the Boston Uprising was running him over. But now that he switched over to the Sombra, him and Logix pairing up really well to be able to shut down what Boston Uprising were doing. And Toronto Defiant are going to eventually come out in control of this, I think. Except Color Hex lands an amazing headshot onto Logix. So this fight's going to continue.
Yep, anyone's game. The picks are being made, the mines are laid down by Beast. Forces them, they can't really touch the point too well. Surefire gets the hack off onto Fusions and just going to spray him down, but forced to relocate back to the safety of the health pack. And now we see the nano boost being utilized, and we were promised a game of chaos, we were promised a game of individual skill, and we're going to get just that as Logix is tearing through them with the damage boost on top of him. Lay it up, pulse bomb fade away, straight into the back line. Sound barrier now going to be used by Boston to see if they can hold on to this point. And this is truly a pride of chaos. Who will win this series? I don't know, Josh, at this point. We can't even tell. They haven't even unlocked the point yet.
It's going to be a draw. This game is going to end in a draw on control.
Oh, no,
These two teams.
Beast is locked into the pit, into the well, but he managed to work his way back up. He used a grappling hook to find his way back to society, but it's too little too late as the Boston Uprising are the ones to come out on top after what felt like 2 years of my lifespan.
Were you guys able to keep up? No worries if you didn't, because honestly I couldn't either, so I had to watch this in the replay from multiple perspectives a couple of times to get an idea of what exactly happened. So let's open up with the Defiant's composition. Their goal is to play split and take multiple angles. It's like a pseudo dive comp with Ball Diva Tracer Lucio, while Soldier can off angle with his legs and KARQ'S can heal as an Ana from any angle really, since she's a sniper. The Uprising's composition is the complete opposite, in which they clump together, using Orisa's shield with Mora's group healing, and looking for isolated targets with Mei's ice wall. Halo on the Lucio can speed up the team when necessary if they catch someone with the Mei wall, and Diva Reaper can punish pretty quickly as well. So Boston opens up moving through the mini pack room, and Toronto is doing the opposite, in which they take all these different angles, waiting for the right moment to dive and engage. Surefire gets into a cheeky spot by rocket jumping to the top of this lighthouse and deals a ton of damage to Fusions on the Orisa before being walled off by Color Hex's Mei, and Logix cleans him up. Great rotations by the rest of the Defiant to stay away from the clumped ball of death from Boston, as KARQ'S, Kelix, and Surefire come down to Boston's side, and Beast disengages and he's chilling out here. But Logix, after cleaning up, gets hit hard by Jerry's Reaper and ends up being traded kills. Control maps in Overwatch are all about convincing team fight wins. You need to have a large man advantage alive in order to convincingly start gaining momentum to capture the point. This map is mirrored, so there is no spawn advantage for any team, so it's now a 5 versus 5. No one else dies for the next 15 seconds, and Fusions switches off the Orisa to come storming back as Wrecking Ball. Surefour and all the Defiant were rotating around to stay away from close range combat, which is again where Boston's Reaper and Mei excel at. And he ends up sprinting to Boston's spawn side and did not expect Fusions to be back so soon and gets caught out. It's like Ring Around the Rosie, because as soon as this happens, more rotations happen and Color Hex gets caught by the returning Logics and we're back to a 5v5 once again. Beast is also alone on Boston's side here, but is a mobile tank with a huge HP pool, so he's not at risk as much of dying. Surefour switches to Sombra after his death here. Ultimates are now being generated at this point in the fight as Myeonbong on the Moira uses his Coalescence and Boston engages with it. Great pile drive by Beast to force Jerry's Wraith form, and after he comes out, he has no escape anymore and Logix tears him apart, and the fight starts to swing in Toronto's favor, especially after catching out Myeonbong as well after he decided to fade into the fight to keep up the healing and gets punished for it by Toronto. However, KARQ'S misses a wall ride here and gets stuck in the corner and gets punished for it. Toronto is still up a 5 versus 3 here. Fusions is doing all he can to stall with his huge HP pool, disrupting them, booping them, and barely getting out with 80 HP. Halo is actually drawing the attention of 5 Toronto members, and after making it over the wall, he lives with a sliver of HP, and that actually forces Nevix to boost up towards him, Surefour to translocate to secure the kill, and Logix to blink out in front to triple check that he was actually dead. However, that stalling time and attention he generated was so valuable, and it allowed Color Hex on the Mei to return, and Jerry on the Reaper to return, and with Color Hex getting a cheeky kill on Logix with a headshot while he was focused on the Lucio. Fusions on the ball is still hanging out in the back with low HP. Again, Color Hex and Jerry are back to stay on the point to keep it contesting, while Myeonbong on the Moira returns to heal up Fusions, and we're back to a 5v4 temporarily, and eventually an even 5 versus 5 after Brucin on D.Va returns too. Surefour catches Fusions off on the side here, but in return, Jerry flanks his Reaper and cleans up Beast as well. Just trading 1-for-1s over and over again. KARQ'S decides to nano Logix, and he once again goes to work, bursting down Moira and getting out safely. Toronto once again does have the small numbers advantage, but it's not enough yet. We need more. Without the main Moira heals on Boston, they decide to drop the Lucio beat and keep the engagement up even at the numbers disadvantage. This gives Color Hex the confidence to storm out and chuck a Blizzard at KARQ'S, which ends up slowing him down enough to finish him off with an Icicle. However, Beast trades back with a nice pile drive and takes him down as well. More poke damage from both teams comes out. KARQ'S drops his sound barrier to hopefully give Toronto the HP needed to take this fight. Logix is doing all he can to secure a kill on Halo here, but he lives 1 HP. He comes around the corner and he lives the next Tracer burst with a huge boop to disrupt the pellets and lives and gets out. Oh no. Myeonbong on Moira ends up coming back and launching another Coalescence. This is where I thought Surefour should have used his EMP, and it looks like he wanted to, but there is a delay before the cast and he got immediately deleted upon throwing his Translocator. This was the start of the downfall for Toronto, as off the back of the Coalescence from Myeonbong, they clean up KARQ'S and finish off the rest of Toronto to finally capture the point. It was chaotic, it was messy, and we ended up losing this map, but the Toronto Defiant held their heads high and ended up winning the series at the end, 3-1. And that's all for this week. Be sure to subscribe to the channel up here and watch the other episodes of the series down here.